Hello there, little shrimplings. Today we're doing a science experiment. It's a thought experiment. It's also a science experiment though. What's that called? Interdisciplinary. We're doing a thought experiment that has real world ramifications for renewable energy. So today we're going to talk about the liar's paradox, and we're going to do a little thought experiment with it, and then we're going to do a little science experiment with it. Because science is fun. You keep that in mind over the course of this, and you'll get a little bit more out of this presentation. So the liar's paradox is where you say, I'm always lying all the time. I can't stop. It's compulsive. I'm always... Oh, this marker's dying. I've got too many cooks in my kitchen, as they say. Okay, we're gonna go over this in black. Paint it black, like that Travis Scott character says. I'm always lying. I can't stop. It's compulsive. I'm always lying. I can't stop. It's impulsive. It's compulsive. It's the same difference. These are sort of more in the realm of moral philosophy, and we're dealing with science today, which does not have a stance in the area of moral philosophy. So we're going to eliminate these from our discussion today. That's ethics, which is not to do with science. So the way this works, you go, I'm always lying. Okay, so that means that's a lie. Which means you're not always lying, which means sometimes you tell the truth. Which would mean that that's not true, so then you are lying. Okay, so then you got to keep thinking through it though, because then if you're lying there, that means it's actually true, so you're not always lying, okay? And you see it flips back and forth in this way. Between a truth value of yes, whoop, the marker's dying again. We're going back and forth between yes and no in your own mind. Okay, so the way we can use this is to generate an electrical current. Okay, so hello there, this is Future Jerome. I was doing the editing process and going through the video there, and I realized that in the course of recording that lecture, I actually forgot to make the central point, which is that the liar's paradox is not actually a paradox. Because for it to be a paradox, you'd have to have a truth value of yes and a truth value of no at the same time. With the liar's paradox, it's actually just going backwards and forwards. True and false and true and false and true and false. So it's never true and false at the same time. It's prevented from going too fast by the rate of cognition. You can't think at an infinite speed. If you could, it would be a paradox, because then it would be true and false at the same time at the limit of the speed of your thought. You don't have to worry about that because nobody can think that fast, not even me. So it's not really a contradiction there, because the claim isn't true and false at the same time. That's what really matters. So that's the central point of the video. The rest of it's just sort of fluff, but you should watch the rest of it anyway. Okay, so back to the video. So an electrical current is where the electrons do a chimichanga up and backwards, up and down. And they go up a degree and out, and then down a degree, and you're doing that in your mind with the yeses and nos, so it generates a current there. It's sort of commonsensical, so just stick a plug in your mouth. The way we're going to generate a usable electrical current is to think your way back and forth between I'm always lying, so it's not a lie, so it isn't lie, so it is a lie, so it isn't not a lie. That's back and forth. We're going to get that up to about 60 hertz, so then that's going to be a usable electrical current. I'm going to stick a plug in my mouth. You can do this at home too. Stick a plug in your mouth. Think back and forth, and you can charge your mobile device, your laptop, your little small vibrating devices for whatever purposes, and so then you can charge them up and you don't have to pay any money, which is important for me because I don't have any money. Okay, so now it's time for the science experiment where we're going to apply what we've learned. Okay, so I'm going to stick a plug in my mouth. Are you recording there?
Yep.
Okay, so
couldn't you have just used your own laptop? Do you have to use mine?
Well, yeah, for the demonstration there, it's going to work better because the PCs there use alternating current, whereas I'm on the Linux, which operates a little bit differently. Sort of a technical distinction. I don't expect you to understand, but that's the explanation there for you because you want it. Okay, so here we are, folks. We're going to do a little scientific demonstration here. I've got this plug which I'm going to power using my mind. But before we do our scientific experiment, I want to make sure we're following safety precautions. So we're going to put on our safety equipment here, and then, okay, so now that we're protected from the dangers of science, I'm going to start thinking back and forth empowering this plug here, thinking back and forth between, oh, it's not true, which makes it false, which makes it is true, yes, no, yes, no, false, it is true. Let's try this out here. And you got to make sure your tongue here is touching both of the contacts there. These are important for the current to transmit between them. And then it's not so. Maybe we should try some alternate orifices. I always lie, which means that's a lie, which makes it true, which means that I said something is true, which means it's not true that I always lie, which makes it false, which means I'm a liar again. That makes that true, means that's not a lie, which means I don't always lie, which makes it false.
I don't think it's charging.
You know what the problem is there? It takes a 60 hertz to power our devices there. I gotta get up to 60 hertz with my back and forth. That's gonna be the sticking point here, is to get it up that high. Okay, we'll work up to it. You gotta let me focus. This is a high intensity. Trying to get up to 60 hertz here.
Yeah, I don't see that orange charging light.
We can get this to work. This will be revolutionary for renewable energy. I always lie, so I'm lying. From not lying.
Jerome, my laptop died.
Your laptop died? Well, it's no big deal. We can just plug it in, or I can.
Now I've lost all my progress on the document I was working on.
Well, what were you writing there? Oh, was it that letter you were going to send there?
Yeah.
So you can't send that letter then if you lost it.
Yeah, I guess I can't.
Okay, so you'll have to come back here a few more times and bring me some groceries, film some educational content, spend some quality time with your good buddy Jerome Anderson, your father, your life coach, your mentor.
Oh, God.